What are you doing?
I'm playing South Park.
You're playing South Park. On what console?
It's Nintendo Switch.
Who the fuck in 2025 got a Nintendo Switch?
I do.
Cause you a dumbass nigga, that's why. I'd rather have a PS3 over a Nintendo Switch, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Do you like South Park?
I do like South Park. I enjoy South Park. You wanna know who my favorite character is?
Yeah.
Timmy. I like Timmy.
Yeah.
We had a nigga in my neighborhood that was just like Timmy. He was a retard. He died like 2 days ago. On God, I'm not even joking.
Hey, do you want to know something?
Nah, he died. He was nice. He was a legend of the hood.
Hey, do you want to know something?
Yeah, sure.
Do you know Oprah Winfrey?
Yeah.
She smells feet.
So?
She has a foot fetish.
I don't give a fuck. Oprah doesn't give a fuck about me. Why should I give a fuck about her? You gotta think this way. You gotta up your mental game a little bit. I bet you talk to minor girls or boys. You know that shit?
I guess.
You guess. If you was close to me, I would smack the living shit out of you. If I found out like you was talking to minors, damn, I would have given you like a whooping. Old style, nigga style whooping. You got scared or something? Trying to.
Alright. Let's kill these guys. Let's kill these people. If you want to play Angry Birds Go, I'm more than welcome to.
Ponytail.
Yeah.
That's more of a Michael thing. Like Michael Bolton.
Then you got married and moved to the suburbs.
Yeah.
That was the end of the art.
And then I cut my ponytail off. I think before Michael Bolton cut his ponytail off.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
There were like 5 ponytails at Big Idea, and they all got cut off within about 18 months of each other.
I think it was like a single defining event that made us all cut it off. I was out to dinner with Bill Helgen and Ron Smith. And we went out to dinner.
Rob
and all three
Snyder.
of us
Y'all
had
know who?
ponytails, and we were sitting
Guys,
at
do
the
y'all
table
know who Rob Snyder is?
And it was like a formal dinner. We all had like on like nice clothes and stuff like
Right.
that. And I just kind of felt silly.
And the kids are teasing you?
Nobody teased us. I just felt silly all by myself. I thought, that's it. It's coming off.
Wow. And then they all came off because Mike is such a trend establisher here at Big Idea.
Bill might have gotten rid of his first. I'm not sure.
Okay. If you have a ponytail at home while you're listening to this, we mean you no ill will. And please keep it because it looks very becoming on you.
Yes.
This is still the open.
Yeah, I'm listening to this
Many
because
great
I just
shows
want
are
something.
flying by before our eyes.
I these, I don't know
So
if
it gives y'all something
anything
else to
opened
listen
out
to
except
if y'all don't like
for
listening to me.
shows. Besides the open itself, which we actually ended up reanimating, just this little
right.
part.
So this is entirely premonitional. It's ahead. You're watching a show and seeing scenes of shows that hadn't been made when it was made.
Oh,
Look,
Larry
now
the
that's Bob
cucumber.
and Larry. Oh, but Bob's on the right and Larry's on the left, so they're backwards from us.
Uh-oh.
We should change seats, but it would make too much noise. So what happened with this show was we made the first show, God Wants, or Where's God When I'm Scared, if you aren't familiar with the history. And they were like, it was me and Chris Olsen and Robert Ellis and Mike just on in evenings and weekends. Kept his day job. And we killed ourselves and we finished it right before Christmas and we sent it out and then we all collapsed dead in bed. And then when I woke up, I realized that I now had 2 employees and I had nothing for them to do. Because we'd all killed ourselves writing the first one and there was no second one to make. And so I kind of freaked out and we needed something very, very quickly to put into production. And that immediately drew my mind to a puppet script that I'd written in Bible college and Mike and I had performed in Bible college called The Forgive-O-Matic. And I thought, okay, that's done. That's kind of funny. I could throw that in. We could do that with veggies. You know, there's nothing about it that says can't eat veggies.
Right. It was sort of the kind of the taking off the Bass-O-Matic from Saturday Night Live.
Right. So I gave that script to Chris Olsen, and Chris Olsen directed it, and just to get something for them to do. And then I sat down.
That car still looks good, even after all these years.
I remember, yes, this car. Actually, this segment was conceived before anything else in VeggieTales. Because Mike and I were kicking around, hey, we could do works of classic literature.
Yeah.
Can we remember that list we came up with?
Yeah, so this and Madame Blueberry were the very 2 things first conceived. This came around a lot earlier.
Yeah, and then Mike had ideas
Had
like
y'all ever had question for the comment section? Had y'all ever had tapeworms?
And there were others I remember like that.
I know
none of
I
those
have.
ever got made.
I don't know.
Once we finished this, we realized we were much more into pop culture than classic literature. So this started out with the song, though. The song was the first thing that I remember writing. And at the same time went to Robert Ellis and said, Robert, we need a jalopy. And I just hoped that he could whip one out, because we didn't draw much back then. None of us really knew how to draw. But about an hour later, he sat at his desk for about an hour and then came back to me and said, I'm not that familiar with jalopies. And
I like jalapenos, but not jalopies.
And so I had to sketch a jalopy, and that was the best I could sketch.
But it still looks good, and actually the animation.
Can you taco salad rabbit nose?
Yeah, I think Chris animated that. Okay. And you see Lumpy there on the hood ornament is Lumpy, who was one of the monsters in Junior's pajama drawer. Okay. I think that was Chris Olsen's idea also, I'm not sure. And this is the introduction of Pa Grape.
Yep.
And whatever her name was.
I think that's Rosie.
Yep. Rosie.
Yep.
Too bad she's never come back. And Tom.
Yeah, too bad he's never come back.
I really missed him much either. See, this, if you don't know, this is a parody of the Grapes of Wrath.
Yeah.
Hence the name The Grapes of Wrath.
That's what the whole Dust Bowl thing is about.
Yeah, the whole Dust Bowl. So you got Tom Jode, Pa Jode, Ma Jode, Rosa Sharon.
Yeah.
But my mom didn't want us to call her Rosa Sharon because that's like another name for Jesus or something.
Really?
Yeah, something.
Oh, wow.
And so even though they get away with it in the book, she said don't do that. Just call her Rosie.
Oh, okay.
Like O'Donnell. Because that won't get you into any trouble.
We were using Rosies before Rosie was cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this was way before
I don't even
Rosie
think Rosie
O'Donnell
was born yet when this came out. This is so old. See those trees?
Oh, yeah.
That's my design.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
what are those, like 3 triangles?
Guys, if y'all wanted to know what happened to Rosie O'Donnell, she's in my basement.
And look, it came out perfectly.
I trapped her in there.
Look at that
stick.
with a stick.
There
Oh,
you
look,
go.
Rosie's hair was in front of the stump. That
It
she
looks
was
like
supposed
there's
to
some
be
atmosphere.
And I strangle her every
Oh,
night.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
impressive.
Oh, we were doing that. Yeah, look at this. This is, boy, that was something.
You know what I remember most about this show?
Look at that. He leans his head forward and he completely obscures the shot with his hat. What do you
he's just sort of floating. That when you showed me the script of this, I made this talked about this in the commentary or in the interview. You showed it to me on your laptop computer, and I was so impressed just that it was on a laptop computer. And I didn't know if you were more proud of the script or your laptop when you showed it to me.
It was an Apple Duo.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Teeny weeny ones.
Yep.
Oh, that's one of my wife's favorite lines from any VeggieTales video.
Oh, mine too. Ooh, grapes.
Grapes.
Yeah, I like that.
Maybe it's you. Sometimes I get you guys confused. Dad's tie was
Excuse me.
vibrating there.
Right, let's back up a little bit.
Well, just keep going. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Just
Look,
keep
see his
swimming.
tie.
Oh, yeah.
He's got one of those disco psychedelic ties that has a battery. Makes it do that.
That was a nice big red roof in the middle of the picture there.
Yeah, those boys. See, they were supposed to be annoying. That's why they're so annoying.
That's right.
Because they were supposed to be. That was the point.
Speaking of annoying, there's that voice I did with Larry at that time. It's a little lower dopey voice with Larry.
He was experimenting.
Yeah.
But they're apologetic.
Yeah.
That's nice. Those two couldn't act very close together because they have appendages.
That's right. Like they're wearing big.
What was that shot all about?
Skirts. Yeah.
Oh, I can actually see the box there from the insert on the composite. See, we couldn't afford. We only had 2 computers here.
Yeah.
First of all, we had 2 computers and we had one 2 gigabyte hard drive.
Yep.
So we did not have a lot of resources.
Do that. It looks like he's whacking Junior with his head.
That's how the vegetables had to spank. Come over here. Let me knock my head into your head. This hurts me more than it hurts you. I mean that, literally. Look, he's gonna poke her in the eyes. Oh my goodness.
I got the business
We were
office.
animating at about 20 seconds a day here. That's why nothing looks particularly nuanced.
I kind of like the facets on the eyes.
Really should have sliced him right in half. Oh, this was my first
Let me get a
attempt at an
business
action
office.
sequence in a VeggieTales video. Oh, it took me weeks to storyboard this. And sound effects, you did that, right?
Yeah, I did the sound effects on it.
That was pretty nice.
It was pretty dramatic.
Now, is that from a library, or did you go out and record that during some war?
No, that was from the library.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you see how it looks like he was really covered with dust? We changed his color.
Wow.
See? Yeah.
Wow.
And it made him look like he was covered with dust.
Special effects. Amazing.
Yeah. For some reason, we really like to put a fisheye lens on Pa and let him just lean into that.
That was the days of Ernest, remember? Ernest
goes to camp.
Yeah, Ernest
Ernest
goes
goes
to
to
camp.
jail.
So it was really funny to stick your nose really close to
Yeah.
a fisheye lens.
Makes you look
like
funnier.
Ernest.
Now, that wasn't easy. Did you see that?
Look at that little dimple right below Junior's mouth. I remember that. Did you notice that?
Oh, really? Did
Yeah,
have
he had a
that
little dimple.
Oh, yeah, that was the old mouth library.
Yeah.
It had a few dimples.
Yep.
Wow.
I think I animated all the mouths starting on this show.
Wow.
If I'm not wrong.
Wow. So you're the artist behind the dimple usage?
I don't know. Well, no, I think you invented the dimple. So, but I don't know how many times I used it. Maybe I threw it in every once in a while.
Some deep theology coming down here.
Yep.
We've never used that house again for Junior's house.
I think this whole thing was, I think, influenced by The Cat Came Back. It kind of looks like that. You remember that
That
Canadian film?
Yeah. Cat came back the very next day.
How much can we sing before we have to pay royalties?
Not very much. Not that much.
Okay.
That's about it. Look at their eyes. Their eyes are kind of that steel gray.
Yep.
Oh, Larry's eyes are nice. I guess there's
Nice
got
and
a
white.
brighter bulb on the countertop.
Yep.
Than we had on our soundstage. Junior's eyes are white. Huh. What's that all about?
That's right. And because God always forgives us.
Bob's eyes are white. But they got those nasty shadow lines.
Yeah.
I hated those. They drove me crazy.
Yep. Junior's eyes kind of look like a stop sign when they get close enough.
No, I'm not sure. Let's ask Qwerty.
Okay. Oh, look.
Is this-
Qwerty was playing
Oh,
Pong.
I'm just going to
Is that your idea?
go into school so I can fight them.
It's Chris. I don't think it's my idea.
Maybe 7
Oh, look,
times?
the floor. Have we used that otherwise?
I don't think so. That was kind of an angle we've never dealt with.
Answer.
Yeah, that's pretty
I tell you,
impressive.
not
Yep.
7 times, but 70 times 7.
7 times 7.
there's the other side of the kitchen, which I don't know how much we've seen.
Nice refrigerator.
We tend to frame things differently these days.
Right. Nice defocus, though. Look at that. Oh,
yeah.
Counters. Cabinets.
Well, does anybody
We didn't know a whole lot about depth of field theory when we did that.
We didn't know a whole lot about anything when we did this show.
That's right.
We knew we had 2 computers and 2 gigabytes of storage.
This is a...
And 6 months to get another show out before we all died.
Because I remember I went on full time for this show. Remember when I brought in my Proclaimers CD? Remember that? Yeah. On my way from
Do not beat up these gingers.
That was my first.
Beating up gingers are cool. They're so cool. Beating up the gingers are
Yeah,
cool.
wow.
I don't like them.
And then we went out
They
to
can
a
suck my bum.
restaurant and talked about
Oh,
Larry.
yeah. I'm joking. I love
Yep.
gingers.
Talked about that.
I remember that.
I think that one's
The
coming
ginger
up.
song
I think it is,
is...
but we'll have to talk about the silly song. Boy,
Out
there's no silly
now.
song.
On
Oh, boy,
iTunes.
if I was a fan having just gotten the first video and get the second one and it doesn't have a silly song,
Gingers.
I'd write a strongly worded letter. That's what I
would.
do.
Yep.
That little girl of yours is quite ahead for numbers.
Uh-huh.
This is our
Grapes of math.
first big obnoxious pun that the whole story rested on.
Yeah. The funny thing was when I started writing the script, I didn't see that coming.
Oh, really?
No, I just got there and realized, duh, hey! And the exact same thing happened again in Lyle the Kindly Viking when they changed from the terrors of the sea to the sharers of the sea. Entirely
Oh, okay.
unplanned. And look at that twitch. See that twitch in the
Ooh,
car?
I don't
That
think
was
we
a
had time to
mistake.
fix that.
That was a mistake that we could not fix.
Yep.
It wouldn't stop twitching.
And, are you sure
Car
that's
needed
how the
therapy
story
or
goes?
something. Oh yeah. Let's all do.
You know what? If
Fake
I were going to
Larry.
do that now, I would go, oh yeah. That's how I do it
Yeah,
today.
that would sound a lot better.
Yeah.
Now Chris Olsen did all those little pictograms, and he did just a bang up job.
Yep.
He kind of designed this whole thingy here
Kinda-
and animated the whole thing. This was back in the days where one animator could produce a whole segment entirely by themselves. The world was so much simpler then. Folks, do you remember when you could animate a whole segment by yourselves? Nowadays, you got to be Pixar. You got to have like 100 animators, you know, and a food court and you know a 401k before you can animate anything.
I think that has something to do with the look of the animation between then and now too. The way I
Well,
love it.
yeah, if you're going to be particular, yeah.
Slap up a couple of frames of Finding Nemo next to
Nope, you
this.
need Kenny.
Just because it isn't a song doesn't mean it's not funny,
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
You don't
That's
have
true.
to be a song to be funny.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just a little hurt because this was the last little segment that I wrote, and everybody complained. And then I let Mike start writing them all. Of course, he wrote the Hairbrush song next. Boy, I never got that job back. They won't let me write anything under 40 minutes now.
I'm more of the sprinter. You're more of the distance guy.
I'm from Kenya. Where are sprinters from? Kenya!
Kenya.
I don't know.
From the United States of America, mister.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Or Canada.
Yeah, or
If
Canada.
They use performance-enhancing drugs.
I'd take that back if I were you. Can we go back, a little bit?
What? I'm just referring to recent history, not making a pejorative statement against overall Canadian history. Just one little...
You're just digging a hole, man. You're
Why
just
did
digging a hole.
that potato? Has he ever been back in anything else? Have we stuck in anything else?
He showed up in Flibberoloo. He got hit with a shoe in Flibberoloo.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Mark's right. Yeah.
This is good stuff. Yeah, and it's theologically.
Yeah.
He's the only one.
Whoever wrote that, they should get to write more short things.
Either that or take a job as a pastor.
Only he could sing. Maybe Kirk could help him. Then he could write more stuff.
That's right.
But how many kids segments end with a meat cleaver spinning on the table? Huh? I mean, come on.
And you were complaining about me writing the Hairbrush song originally as Where Is My Razor? And then here we have a meat cleaver that falls from the sky. I'd like to cheer.
Yeah, that was kind of nice. Oh, see, that's funny. Falling down is funny. Oh,
Larry, move! your head.
So we needed another segment. So Mike and I went out for Thai food to Bangkok Cafe, our favorite Thai restaurant, which
That's
is
still around.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not?
No,
Oh,
that closed. Yeah, you're thinking of another place. And we're sitting there eating really inexpensive Thai food, talking about what to do next. And somebody, either Mike
I'm
or
gonna sell
Phil,
all
I
this
don't
stuff.
remember which, suggests.
It's kind of blurry, isn't it?
Yeah, the crowd was too big to pinpoint the source of the idea. Suggests Gilligan's Island. I believe that was a suggestion, right?
Yeah, probably.
I really messed it up when I went to write it.
Yeah. Boy, we've really messed up our Beretta concept.
But then immediately, it was just obvious. Okay, Larry's Gilligan, Bob's Skipper, everyone else is everyone else.
Chris was really good at iconography, wasn't he? Every time there's a little icon, he had a good little
Quite
icon.
the iconographer. How many different forms of that word are there? What's the verb tense?
Boy, I'm
gonna
gonna go icon.
Iconograph?
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Don't talk to me, I'm iconographing.
Icon.
Iconographing?
Iconography is the study of icon.
Look at that background. Chris did the background. But I designed the boat. Thank you very much.
Did you design the water?
Yes, I also did the water. I animated the water.
Really?
I more than designed it. I animated it.
This reminds me like they were taking a ride out on the Great Salt Lake. On a really calm day,
Hey,
you can almost smell the fish in the air.
we didn't exactly have a big budget for this, There were only 4 of us. Look at that animation.
Yay.
What's going on?
Level
You can hear the
6.
waves, so it's like they're moving. Canadian history. Just one little.
You're just digging a hole, man. You're
Why
just
did
digging a hole.
that potato? Has he ever been back in anything else? Have we stuck him in anything else?
He showed up in Flibberoloo. He got hit with a shoe in Flibberoloo.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, shoe. Yep.
See, this is good stuff. And it's theologically deep too.
Yeah.
Man, whoever wrote that, they should get to write more
We
short
need to
things.
grab the
Either that
gold
or
key.
take a job as a pastor.
If only he could sing. Maybe Kirk could help him. Then he could write more stuff.
That's right.
Collect all this so I can
But
sell it.
how many kids segments end with a meat cleaver spinning on a table? Huh? I mean, come on.
And you were complaining about me writing the hairbrush song originally as "Where Is My Razor," and then here we have a meat cleaver that falls from the sky.
Good night, Gracie.
I like the geode thing.
Yeah, that was kind of nice. Oh,
Oh,
see?
golly,
That's funny.
Martha.
Falling down is funny.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, how could I forget?
Oh,
Move, Larry, move. Move your head.
So we needed another segment. So Mike and I went out for Thai food to Bangkok Cafe, our favorite Thai restaurant, which
That's
is
still around.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not?
No,
Oh,
it
I'm thinking of
closed.
another place.
Yeah, you're thinking of another place.
Okay.
And we're sitting there eating really inexpensive Thai food, talking about what to do next. And somebody, either Mike or Phil, I don't remember which, suggests.
It's kind of blurry, isn't it?
Yeah, the crowd was too big to pinpoint the source of the idea. Suggests Gilligan's Island. I believe that was a suggestion, right?
Yeah,
Either that
probably.
or I really messed it up when I went to write it.
Yeah. Boy, we've really messed up our Beretta concept.
But then immediately, it was just obvious. Okay, Larry's Gilligan, Bob's Skipper, everyone else is everyone else.
Chris was really good at iconography, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah, every
He
time
was
there's a little icon, he had a good little
Quite
icon.
the iconographer.
And, what their
How many different forms of that word are there?
On our
What's the verb tense?
Boy,
I'm gonna go
icon.
Iconograph?
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't talk to me, I'm iconographing.
I'm iconing.
Iconographing?
Iconography is the study of icon.
Look at that background. Chris did the background, but I designed the boat. Thank you very much.
Did you design the water?
Yes, I also did the water. I animated the water.
Really?
I more than designed it. I animated it.
This reminds me like they were taking a ride out on the Great Salt Lake. on a really calm day, you know.
Hey,
You can almost smell the fish in the air.
we didn't exactly have a big budget for this, you know. There were only 4 of us. Look at that animation.
Yep.
What's he going on? See, but you can hear the waves, so it's like it's like they're moving,
That's right.
and they're blue. Oh, look! See, there they are.
They're the waves.
See, I did those. See that? I did that.
Hear that?
Yeah,
That
what
was me.
that?
I was doing that in the booth as a sound effect.
Oh, really? That was your mouth?
Yep.
Didn't we have a library of sound effects to use?
I did, but I kind of thought it'd be funnier just going.
Yeah, okay. This was about the first time people noticed us ignoring the fact that the characters didn't have hands. And
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to
steering
talk,
us,
man.
they're steering the boat
Yeah.
with no hands.
It's a big responsibility.
Oh, now Mike's idea for daydreaming. We each had an idea for what Larry would do when daydreaming. Mike's idea was that he would stand there and drive the boat, and his nose would come off and float around.
You
his
can picture
head.
it right now, can't you? Just his nose coming off.
Right.
Yeah. And maybe he could try to like blow on it to, or something.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. That's a little too hallucinogenic for my taste. This was my idea.
Yeah,
We'll let
that
you
was
vote
nice.
at
Yeah.
home. If you want to see the hallucinogenic version, we'll make that one for an Easter egg or something. Look, great whales trapped in the ice. That's kind of grotesque. Maybe we should have gone with the nose thing.
Shows our ignorance of
But look,
Arctic marine biology.
This is the only time that Larry has assumed a Russian accent.
Oh yeah,
If
not
you
bad.
call it Russian.
Sort of a precursor to Oscar the Polish Caterer.
And actually, this was the first real serious attempt at score that Kurt and I ever did.
Oh yeah.
Everything before that had just been a little wait, that kind of thing.
We're making snow cones.
Oh, it's
back
over
there.
now. That was it.
Yep.
That was the first score.
Not now, Bob. First, I have to smash through the iceberg and free some whales.
You know, I'd say that differently now if I were recording that with
Yeah,
Larry.
how would you
I'd
say it?
Not now, Bob. First, I gotta smash through this iceberg to free some whales.
Oh,
probably how I'd
that
say it
sounds
now.
more like Larry.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been a good time for a commercial break.
See, Larry there said oish.
Wait,
Oish, yeah.
is that Polish?
No, it was a phrase my my then fiance, now wife, used to use. It was like, you know, like that'd be like,
What's it mean?
I don't know. It's like, you know, like
Hope it's not
like ooh or ouch or no. It's just like a little guttural noise, like you know.
Really? Wait.
Yeah, oish. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
So we put it in there.
Right through that
It's the Caribbean. That's why the water's so smooth.
Yeah, and green.
You know, you can water ski on it.
Yep.
It just so happens
Look,
that
nice
the nearest
atmosphere.
iceberg
Yep.
is 2
The guys kind of freaked out when I said we had to build a tropical island. And I said, no, just use flats. You know, 2, 3 palm trees, and everything else is just cut out. See, you can't even tell. It looks like Castaway.
I kind of the beach kind of has the same feel as Castaway, doesn't it?
Yeah, kind of sand colored.
Yeah. So they go to an ice skate.
I liked that. I thought that was a funny bit.
Yeah, that was good.
Boat sinking.
But that has a, you know, that's a good use of flats right there.
Right. Yeah. Oh, and I love the transition.
Yeah,
Very
that was good.
cinematic. Very cinematic.
But we were still pretty mad at Larry.
Did you know that
Oh,
you could
yeah.
build a hut just that quickly? Look, that was not a very good attempt at fire.
But I remember how impressed we were with it at the time.
At the time,
Yeah, it was cool.
well, everything was impressive at the time. We only had 2 computers and 1 2 gigabyte hard drive. I got more than that on my iPod. I could have made that show on my
sad.
iPod.
Yeah, isn't that sad?
So bad? What do you mean not
5
so
times
bad?
that.
Our boat is at the bottom of the
Now,
ocean
look,
and we're
Bob
stuck
acts
on
this
the
whole
island.
scene only with his eyes.
We're nowhere.
Yeah, he doesn't move a muscle. Look at
No,
that.
I think it's because the lattice on his body got turned off by mistake, and that deactivated his body
Can't
animation.
you see we're...
Either that or we're just real lazy.
Could be.
Could go either way. Now he's moving.
No, I said I was...
What do you think about the mouth animation?
Oh, his mouth animation is stellar.
Good night.
Stellar. Probably the best work until Jonah.
Good enough.
That's what I
So I'm getting a little choppy.
This is a poignant scene. This
Of
was
the
the
amount
most
of
poignant
bags
moment
they are.
in VeggieTales up to this point.
Yeah, this is what I first employed method acting.
This is easy.
See, because I was trying to actually think of myself, you know, was
Yeah.
not good enough, and kind of put that into Larry.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why you were so depressed those few months.
That's right.
Right after we made
I
this.
pulled myself out of it.
Yeah, And that was a little reference to Steve Martin, the jerk.
Oh yeah. All I need is my thermos.
Yeah, and his chair.
His chair.
The fires had gone out. That's because they were too hard to animate. So just put them out. Another great transition. And that score. Ooh, wow, this is big.
I like the little rattlesnake sound effect.
Now we're still scoring just with a stopwatch. Kurt had no ability to synchronize what he was playing to the picture yet. In fact, he didn't even have the picture.
Yeah, that's
He
right.
was just playing stuff, and we would time it with a stopwatch and then drop it in later and hope that it lined up with something.
Well, and we didn't even storyboard this show yet, did we? This was storyboarded.
No, this was storyboarded.
This was storyboarded?
Yeah, the first one wasn't storyboarded.
Right.
Although I think the second half of the first one was storyboarded.
Okay.
But the first 6 shows I storyboarded all by myself because I was the only one who could draw. And not very well. But
Have you seen
I think I did did I do those silly songs? I think I did the
yeah,
silly
you
songs.
storyboarded
The
something.
silly songs, yeah. But I didn't draw that well, so what I would do is rough model them first and then fly the camera around and then draw from there. Although I don't know if Chris Olsen might have storyboarded part of Airbrush. Yeah.
oh, I love this bit. Dan Asparagus is the professor.
Fling us back home. Here, demonstrate this working model.
He's probably the character that's changed the least over time, but he just works. He worked from the beginning.
Now
Yeah.
just pull this cord and
Say Bob, for example. That's a good one.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, my pupils.
look what you've done to our house.
This is
Bonked me on the
this
head
is
with
classic.
Why they always hit
educational
Twitter?
method. You teach someone something about someone else by demonstrating a similar situation in their own life,
Well,
where they become the
I guess it
subject,
was an accident.
Wow.
not the
Did
critic.
say you were
Wow.
sorry.
Yeah,
So,
Wow.
I forgive
see,
you.
Yeah, that's
Thanks.
it's
nice.
happening. It's learning.
I'm really sorry about your house.
Now he
I'd be glad to help
understands.
you
He's
fix
about
it
to
if you want me
understand why Larry was so
Do you think
upset
you could forgive
because
me?
he needed
Dawn on
forgiveness.
We
You see,
know you
Yep,
didn't
yep,
mean to
yep.
do it, so we'll forgive you. Oh, thanks.
Archibald was born to play Thurston Howell.
Yep.
Gee, it sure does.
Boy, moving a little slow in here, isn't it?
We did it. We
Stand
did
around.
it. Yeah.
Gee, it sure is swell to be forgiven, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we didn't edit these. I mean,
Yeah.
I literally edited these by marking off the frames
Yeah.
in the dope sheets.
Yeah.
There was no
Yeah.
editing.
Yep.
And if I just marked off a couple too many frames, you're estimating how long
It's
it
my
takes
last
those frames
battle
to
and I'm
go
ending the
by.
episode.
And it's not like I went to Cal Arts or anything. I don't know how to do this. Making this up. Actually, I think it came out pretty well, all things considered.
I'm just saying.
I mean, people seem to like it okay. They bought it. Jeepers.
It's not like we haven't ever criticized any of our past shows.
Ooh, this is our first chase scene.
This is kind of cool. I like this one. This is nice.
Yeah.
Track through the forest.
Yeah.
Larry.
Hey, everybody, come back.
You know, in real world physics, that wouldn't work.
No?
Nope.
Not even if you had a fan and an extension cord? Would it work then?
No, not if the fan was on the boat.
What if
What?
you were swimming behind the boat holding the fan up? Would that work?
I think you.
Yeah, that would
Thanks
work.
for watching.
Yeah.
See you guys all next time.
And there was a rope tied to the boat to you so that it would pull you.
Nope, then